Hey everyone. Okay, so today I wanted to make a video on how to highlight and contour your face because I know a lot of you have been asking how to do that lately, and I know it looks like it's super hard and super confusing because there's so many pictures out there with people who have dots all over their face, and it's just really hard to follow because there's a bunch of different ways people do it. But I wanted to make a video for you guys because the way I do it and the way I've seen other people do it, super simple. I'm going to be using all Younique products, and they make it so easy to do this. Like, if I can do it, you can do it, I promise. Because before I started doing this, I was like, psh, I'm never going to highlight and contour my face. I want to start out by saying that I have already used primer on my face. This is our Glorious Face and Eye Primer. This stuff is absolutely amazing. If you've never used a primer before, I highly recommend that you get one. Specifically Younique because they're amazing. I have tried a couple other primers and this one is by far my favorite. If you don't know what this is going to do for your face, is it's going to hold your foundation in place all day, and it's also going to give it that flawless look afterwards because it really helps to fill in the different cracks and creases in your face so that when you put your foundation on, it doesn't settle in those. So this is like my ride or die. Like, I love this. I will be using primer forever. And I have also already put my foundation on my face. This is our Touch Liquid Foundation. Oops. And I have this in the shade Velour, as you can see. This is the shade that I think best fits with my face right now for winter. I might go a shade darker in the summer, but if you have a complexion similar to mine with yellow undertones, Velour is the way to go. And also, if you do need help finding a color, you can always message me and I will absolutely help you pick out your the best color that's going to match your skin. And yeah, so shoot me a message if you need help with that. Alrighty, so let's get down to the highlight and contour portion of this video. So what I use to highlight my face is I use our Touch Skin Perfecting Concealer. Sorry, I can't figure this out for some reason. I have this in the shade Organza, which is a shade lighter than my foundation, and that's because I really want to brighten up certain areas of my face as a highlight. You can go a shade lighter, you can go a couple shades lighter, whatever you are comfortable with, and it depends on how much highlight you want, honestly. If you really want other portions of your face to be lighter, go a couple shades, 2-3 shades lighter. I just use Organza because my mom had gotten this one and thought it was too light for her, so I took it and I've been using that as my highlight. But like I said, 1, 2, 3 shades, depending on how light you want your highlight to be. Anywhere in that range will be good. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and show you. You really just need to get a little bit on a brush. This isn't even a concealer brush. I think it's like an eyeshadow brush, but this is what I use to put my concealer on. You just need to get a little bit on it. And first, we're gonna start in the under eye area. Let me get a mirror going here so I can see what I'm doing. All right, so you're gonna start by putting it in like a triangle shape underneath your eye. So it's kind of be like the inner corner of the triangle points into your inner corner of your eye. And then you're just going to spread it down just like that. And that's what it should look like. So same thing on the other side. Oops, sorry. Okay, and then the next area you're gonna get is down here on your chin. And you're just going to make like three little stems, or at least that's what I do. Kind of just like that, if you can see that. Okay, and then, whoops, it's up here. We're going to bring it down the very front of your nose. Just in a nice line, and get a little bit more on the tip of your nose around there. It's gonna look like war paint before you're done with it. And then the last spot that I like to highlight is just on my forehead. I like to make another kind of triangle shape. Just like that. So that's what the finished look should look like with your highlight before blending. Okay, so what I like to use to blend out my highlight is one of our blending buds. It looks like this, and mine looks really gross right now, I'm sorry. But it's just like a little sponge, and you're just gonna take a cup of water, dip it in there, and get it nice and damp. You always want to have your beauty blenders damp when you use them to blend out, because it's just going to give it that more flawless look again, like I said, and it's going to be easier to blend it out if it's damp. So then just go ahead and push, like kind of bounce it up and down a little bit, and just kind of dab it in and blend that highlight in. And it should look something like that. See, it's this brightens it up nicely under your eye. And go ahead and just do that for all sections of your highlight. Wherever you put that concealer, you can go ahead and just blend all of that in. And I'm gonna finish that up off camera because it's gonna take too long. Okay, so now that I've got that all nice and blended, you can already see that it's brightened up underneath my eyes, my forehead, all the places I put that. I'm going to now take our Touch pressed powder, and I have this also in the shade Velour, and it is slightly lighter in the powder than it is in the foundation, so that's why I use the same color, but I actually use this to set my concealer. Anywhere I did the highlight, I use this powder to set. So I'm just taking a big fluffy brush that I have, and I'm gonna go ahead and just dust some of that powder on right in the areas that I just did that highlight. And voila, that should stay in place now. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do the contouring. I'm just using our Beachfront bronzer in the shade Sunset. It's the lightest one that we have. And that's what I like to use to contour. My cat just fell off the ledge and knocked water everywhere, so that's lovely. Anyways, so you're just gonna get some on a brush. I think our Powder Puff brush would be amazing for this. I don't have it. This is the brush that I use, which is very similar to the Powder Puff brush, so that's what I'm going to be using. And you're going to start out and you want to carve out your cheekbones with this. So you're just going to apply some right underneath your cheekbones, and that's the first place we're going to go in. And just blend that out, and you can always make this as dark or as light as you want. So if this is too dark for you, what I'm doing right now, you can absolutely make it lighter. You just put less bronzer on your brush. I just like to go in a little heavier because I do blend it out a lot, so I think in the end it ends up being the perfect color. But that's just my personal preference. All right, other side. So you should notice that it's like carving out your cheekbones more, and it's gonna like make your face look skinnier, I guess is what I would say. It's just gonna carve them out and it's gonna give it a nice shape. So then the next area, we're gonna go right ahead along the forehead, and you're gonna connect that all the way down to the sides. My hair is getting in my face. Ugh. Sorry, I know I'm a crazy person. You probably all think I'm crazy by now anyways, but whatever. Okay, and then I also like to carve out my nose. So you're gonna put it right along the sides of your nose, in the area that you didn't do the highlight. So just like that. See the huge difference? Yeah, that needs to be blended a little bit more, but I think it just makes a huge difference in the shape of your face. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the other end of this brush I used earlier and just kind of blend that out, because let's be honest, that was a little too much. There, that's better. All right, so I'm just gonna do a little bit more blending off camera, and then I'm going to show you what the finished look looks like. Okay, so another trick that I've learned recently, if you think you've taken your contour down too far, like I did a little bit on that side, is just to take some of this powder and carve it out. It's called baking. So you're just going to apply the powder in like a line underneath of your contour. And actually, I think this works better if you use the blending bud. I don't have my other one with me, but if you use like a dry blending bud, it helps carve that line out even better. And then you can see the powder there, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna let that set for about 5 minutes, and then just take a brush like this and you're going to dust it away, and that's gonna carve out that contour for you. So I'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay, I lied, you don't need to let it set for like a minute. 5 minutes is a little excessive. Anyways, so here's what the finished product looks like. And I know this lighting for some reason just turned a little wonky on me. This looks super dark, but I promise it's not that dark in real life. It's just the camera lighting is weird. Anyways, so pretty easy, huh? Like I said, using these products, I can't talk today. It's super easy to do this stuff. Like I said, I never imagined I would ever do highlighter contour, because I was like, man, that just looks so complicated. There's so much that goes into it, but really you only need a couple products and a brush or two, and you're all set. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions. You can just comment them below, or if you want help color matching for any of this, shoot me a message and I can definitely help you. All right, bye lovelies.